So yes, it's a Malaysia taking on Hong Kong. Group A game in this Asian Rugby Sevens. Hong Kong, of course, victorious in the first game. Malaysia went down.
Here come Hong Kong and Malaysia as we switch back to the men's side of the draw. This Pool A match, an important match. There's our Hong Kong side. An early victory over Japan, 31-12. Lee Jones scoring 2 tries in that one. He's been on fire this whole series. Leading try scorer. And Malaysia having a good run out against the South Koreans, going down 29-14. Scoring a couple of good tries. And when they put their act together, they could upset anyone here. They finished up in Seoul in 5th spot, beating Chinese Taipei in the battle for 5th and 6th, 21-17. So they've shown good improvement across the series, as has Chinese Taipei. And Hong Kong, well, we know what they're after. 3 from 3. They took out the first 2 legs, and they're definitely the form team. Who can stop them? Let's see. Away we go through Malaysia. Good start. Rowan Varty goes up high. Lee Jones gets under him, and look at the run from Varty, 20 metres. Grovelling for every centimetre. Yu picks it up and takes another few. Jones has to go in and secure it. Now they go wide through Rimini to Mays. To Masilawa. Puts on a bit of goose. Shows it. He's got the young lad outside him, Jason Jayam, in his first tournament with the seniors. Back to Varty. And he just goes through the outside now. He's trying to put Yu away. And there's a miscommunication. He was calling Yu back on the inside. And a good opening passage of play. Here goes Varty. He was calling Yu inside. Yu got the call late, and it goes across the touchline. So a big opening 60 seconds there. Lee Jones prominent. There he is in the line out. Can't win that one, as Azwan took that at the front. Now Malaysia with a bit of go. Sadiq doing it the hard way to get out there, 22. Sadiq. Here they go now. Around the ankles goes Lawa. Just gets him by the bootlaces. Mays is getting hungry on the ball there, and he's won themselves a penalty there. He was strong over the ball, and Jason Jayam takes it quickly to Lawa. 2 debutants pairing up there.
You can see Hong Kong trying to speed up the pace of the game. Those quick free taps and try and keep Malaysia moving.
Here comes Jayam again. He looks hungry. He got his first start earlier, got a 30 seconds. Now he gets a start, so he's trying to show what he's worth. He's a coiled spring. Chris Mays as well. He's been featuring some good form. There's Varty. He's been prominent in these early stages, and he bowls over from close, right up against the post there. 2 big opening passages, and Hong Kong it is that get on the board first, 5-0.
They've had all the play so far since kick-off, and that man there, Rowan Varty, has been involved in just about everything. His 7th try for the series, this experienced campaigner. The conversion is successful, so Hong Kong off to a good start. Malaysia need to get a lot better organised in defence. Here it is from the back of the ruck, and it just a little bit of a shimmy and a shake. It was from Christopher Mays, and Varty straight through right there, virtually through the middle of the ruck under the posts for Hong Kong's first.
So 7-0, just about 3 minutes in. Sun's gone out, it's brought some relief here. There's a bit of breeze out there, but it's very humid, but Hong Kong will be used to that. So would Malaysia. That's well won by Yu, who's gone up there, and Remini now sees there's no sweeper, pokes it through, takes on Zafran, and can he get the bounce? They're huge dead ball areas, but not quite big enough. He goes for the big NRL razzle dazzle, but huge dead ball areas, Justin.
Huge dead ball, and he had the sense to give it a bit of a toe, and it just got away from him because the ground's quite hard, and you can see a little bit of a shimmy and a mistake. Degree of difficulty 2.3 for the inward 2.5 metre mid-air goose step. The Czechoslovakian judge giving him 9.8 for his efforts, but Malaysia kick out to the 22.
It's a massive kick out. Varty chugs back for it, and he's got to wait for his players to get behind him. Shapes to kick. This time Yu gets the call on the inside and hovering over the top Samir. And it's a bit of a scrap there for the ball. Mays it is that gets it up to Jayam. And that's good front foot ball to Masilawa. Jones, 2 tries already this weekend, but he's biffed that one forward to his mate Ben Remini. And the telepathy not quite working for the 2 Cambridge boys out there.
You can see good little offload by Lower, and it didn't really get the reward that Hong Kong probably would have wanted as Remini's there. Malaysia, of course, got off to a confidence boost in this game. They're tenacious, their energy. They beat Japan back in Korea, which give them a great lift.
Yep, here come Malaysia now into the Hong Kong half. Good step off the right. Varty comes across to help out Yu. This is Zulkifli, puts on a bit of footwork, beats Yu the first time. He comes back at him and he's beaten him. That's a great individual effort from Zulkifli. He's taken on 2 of the veteran outside backs there, Varty and Yu, and he's tricked them into letting him go through for a try.
He's got a lot of pace, Zulkifli Azmi. It's his second try of the series. He had a good effort back in Korea. Look at this. He gets around one defender, gives Ewan the little bit of a step and a start. He stops, he looks for his support. He goes into a complete 180 degrees, cuts back inside 2 defenders, particularly Yu in the end, and he gets a try for Malaysia. Great comeback.
So that kick's been hooked, and 5, Malaysia 5.
There he is, Zulkifli, the confidence that they've got. We were talking there before with the Malaysian coach, Mohamed Noor, and it was such a good experience for them to get that win over Japan back in Korea 2 weeks ago. We're seeing it here a little bit against Hong Kong, although that kick has just made Murphy's Law out of me, hasn't it?
Yep, back we go to halfway. That's a costly error.
Just can't afford to have those mistakes in sevens. It's such a basic thing to get the ball 10 metres and try and give yourself a chance to get it back.
Jayam now takes it quickly and Vardy comes steaming up on his left shoulder. Takes it forward and Lawak comes over the top. Jayam again, he's involved in everything. Chris Mays now back to Lee Jones. He's got a hunger for this try line. Jayam's going to get his first try of the series. This young man, he'll be chuffed, and his family and friends back in Hong Kong will be jumping around the living room. The little man, the young man, has stepped up here to senior squad and he's involved in everything. He's not taken a backward position in the team. He's quite influential.
Well, a good start for him, and that'll give him a nice boost of confidence coming into the squad. Look at this. And Mays has a little shunt, always makes it offload. And Lee Jones, who had a great tournament in Korea, offloads, always looking for support. And who was there? Jay Yum in his first tournament. Great start for him. He really has come on a lot, hasn't he, Lee Jones? He's been a lot of work.
Well, he's been around the Hong Kong scene for perhaps 10 years. There's a lot of veterans in that Hong Kong side. Guys like Varty and Yu Kam Shing. The McQueen's not here this week. Here's Varty. This is earlier on in the day in the game. Just struggling to get the timing right with Yu. This time Mays makes the run, and it was Vardy that was on hand here just to...
And you can always see, Grant, that Hong Kong are backing up that ball carrier. They're well drilled. Get 2 touches on the ball. Get to the guy. It's your responsibility to get to the ball carrier, not for the ball carrier to wait for you. But Zulkifli responded for Malaysia beautifully. And a good response here again, Mays. Love that inside ball. Lee Jones backing up, and the young man, J.M., gets his first try in his first tournament. Great start.
So, Gareth Baber there, the Welshman, and his protege, Jevon Groves, another Welshman who's set to take the reins from Gareth. Leaves the field. The Malaysians still dishing out the advice and the pep talks through coach Saizul Hafifi. Ryan Meacham been quiet so far this tournament, but he's ready to unleash at any time, no doubt.
Well, it's pretty competitive, these spots. I mean, the two McQueen boys, one of them had a judicial incident, and of course the other injury in Korea. The two big elements of this Hong Kong team, so Gareth Barber gets that chance to develop that depth, which you always need, even though we are in the third and final series. Hong Kong, of course, favourites to win the series.
Rimini then gets under it with his pitching wedge, and Meacham's there to get involved with it and bats it back to Lawa, who knocks it on. And looks like Lee Jones has read that very well and thrown his body at the charge down, but it's fallen into the hands of Shahadan. He's up to the halfway. He looks for support. Hong Kong scrambling back. Amir. Again, they try the chip. Meacham just gets in the road and hinders the line of Zafran quite legally and quite cunningly, of course. Jam gets back, and it's a very messy hot potato situation. And finally, a knock on from the kickoff there. A couple of kicks from Malaysia.
I'm impressed with Malaysia's tenacity in defence here, Grant. You can see they got right up on Meacham. They came right up in one line. They're talking to each other. It's not a bad front row, that Hong Kong front row, is it? Got a bit of size and power behind it. Jones and company.
JM with the feed. Vardy crosses his arms and runs into Amir. Squirts back. Lawa spots it. Mays now has got Rimini on the outside. He went about 60 metres from that position earlier in the day, feeding Meacham for a score. This time the Malaysians have got him covered. Meacham happy just to play his part, shoveling it along. JM throws a loose one at the feet of Lawa. And again, Varty decides to be the man who takes it in, but straight to ground went the first arriver for Hong Kong. So 14-5. Hong Kong with a small lead over Malaysia. If they could score here, it would throw the cat amongst the pigeons. We know they can. Beat Japan last tournament. Aswan, good line. Looks like something's going to break here shortly. It's Aswan. Can he get the bounce? Yes, he does, and that's well read by Aswan, the 10, to see no one was back there, and you could feel it coming. The Hong Kong defence was thin, and that's well read. Good gamesmanship.
Good gamesmanship indeed. Good vision as well. Aswan Matzizi, his sixth try for the series. He's really done well on this occasion, and that has really put a cat amongst the pigeons. A great reply by Malaysia. They kept the ball. They kept moving forward. They kept Hong Kong going backwards. And Vardy's just acknowledging his friend over there, Cardo Lee, having a drink and not realising that the Malaysian player is going to try and convert his own kick, which he did. Aswan Matzizi, there he is. Well, look at this. Beautiful long ball. And step inside. It was great work by Dazfran. And look at that. Kick over the top. Gets the bounce. Gets away from Meacham. Thank you very much.
Wonderful stuff. So, just 2 points in it now with about 4 minutes remaining. Hong Kong need to get themselves back into this game. Looks like Vardy's been trying to do a lot of the work on his own. Here goes Lawa. takes contact, fires one out to Rimini, gets a good bounce as Asri comes across to head him off at the pass. Rimini makes a rare mistake, and Hong Kong maybe trying to force it a little bit now. They've got time, 3 minutes left.
Well, when you got fellows like number 4 there, Lawa, driving into you like a chainsaw, you go backwards, that's for sure. And that's the type of defence that you want as a coach. And we look at the Malaysian bench. They're a little bit more energised, that is for sure, because they're just behind this Hong Kong team, 14-12.
They have the feed. If they could put something on here, it would be very exciting. Final few minutes, as Hong Kong would have to dig deep. But here they come, Malaysia. Azwan, again he goes for the little kick. Kaduli steaming across from the far side. It doesn't quite go to the dead ball line. He's done well there. Lee throws a shocker at the feet of Vardy. Has it gone forward? If it's not, it's very fortunate for Hong Kong. Coverdale it is that just battles like a trench soldier to get out of the 22. And look at this from Malaysia. They're very lucky there, Hong Kong. Malaysia were counter-rucking. They knew something was on. And 2 minutes remaining. Ben Rimini now will put it out.
Well, this is what we try and, that looked forward to me, that it went forward. So what is the assistant referees or touch judges, as we say in the old days, and I still like the old days, they are touch judges and they are friends of mine, as the Hong Kong bench are getting a little bit anxious on the sideline there. So they got a break against Malaysia on that occasion.
Lee it was, he tracked back, did well to scoop that ball up, and then he threw a terrible pass and put his side in all sorts of jeopardy. Now he's throwing it in. Lawa goes up, it's untidy. It's play on. They've managed to get it back through Coverdale.
Good tenacious defence by Malaysia. They're not giving up. They're making it difficult. It comes on Malaysia's side.
Finally it's been knocked forward. Here come Malaysia. Can they put this game beyond doubt? Yes, they can. Shahidin's going. Can he make it all the way? What a great tackle from Rimini. In come the reinforcements. Azwan, can he go over? He's going to go over. Kaduli can do nothing. And we've got a boil over maybe on our hands here as Malaysia take the lead for the first time in this match.
What a try by Azwan Matzizi. There he is, number 10, his second one. But it was great work before from that turnover ball. We were just saying how tenacious they were at that contact area to force the issue, to put Hong Kong under pressure. The ball came away. They got the break. And it was 5 metres. It was a great tackle by Remini. And this fellow here saw the opportunity, saw the space, and has really given his chance to his side with a conversion as well. Great play, Malaysia. Look at this. In defence there. And it was this fellow here. He's looking. And it was Shahidin Muhammad Jan. And beautiful play. There was no Hong Kong defence with Azwan Madzizi.
There's the hooter, and Malaysia will kick off. It's 19-14. They go very deep, and they bounce it out. But the referee's going back to the corner as a Malaysian. It's Shahidin that made the break. And that was the ideal kickoff, because that was game over. It went over Lee's head, bounced out. It would have been game over.
What a lucky break by Malaysia, though.
Lucky break.
It would have been Hong Kong ball back on halfway, and you know what Sevens is like. You get your hands on the pill, and anything can happen. So this time,
Azwan with the restart. He's gone out on the fall. That's a big error. Will it be costly? Hong Kong are 5 behind. The hooter is gone. They'll have to dig deep here.
You wonder why Malaysia were trying to do that. They learnt their lesson surely the first time. They got a lucky break. All they had to do was just put it in the corner, not kick out on the full.
Here goes Lee. Hong Kong will be looking at some of their experienced players to stand up here. Will it be Meacham? He straightens off the left, bang twice. As one comes in, takes him down, and a good tackle. Now it's a 3-on-2. If they can get it wide, can they create the space out wide? May's back on the inside. He goes forward, the big number 7. Look at the big Tigers player. Lee to Vati. It's Jack Capon out wide, and he's lost it, and this is going to be an historic victory for Malaysia. Hong Kong are punching the ground, and that is what Sevens all about, ladies and gentlemen. The underdogs coming through, defeating the much fancied Hong Kong, and that's blowing open Pool A, Sambo.
It has indeed blown it open, Grant, and well done, Malaysia. The great confidence and energy that they showed right to the end, and Coach Mohammed Zairul, Mohammed Noor, Mohammed Baki, and look at that scoreboard. What an upset over the series leader, favourite to win the entire series tomorrow. 19 points to 14, Malaysia over Hong Kong. Here's some of the highlights, and this fellow here, Azwan Madzizi, did so well the entire game, as did Dazfran. Look at that for vision. Thank you very much. And that really made a big difference just before half time. And the fellow who ended up getting injured, Nasra Rudin, you can see it there in the ribs. He hit the ground hard. But again, Azwan, bang, thank you very much. What a great series he's had the last two legs. Varty gets a forward pass and a knock-on that couldn't be handled by Capon, I think it was, all over. Well, Hong Kong.
That's really thrown Pool A open, because Korea, who are coming out now, are the second seed in that group. And if they can beat Malaysia, they'll have Hong Kong later as well. Korea's beaten Malaysia 29-14 earlier. It'll be a big game later today when Korea take on Hong Kong at 6:42 local time. But they first have to get past Japan, who showed a bit of improvement as they scored a couple of good tries against Hong Kong.